Hi guys, welcome back. It's Christina here with Pildora, and I am talking to you today from my new home here in Brooklyn. I'm here with Amelie and with Kingston, and I'm so happy. But it's been a super long week as I have been moving. So I have made the move and I am now in Brooklyn. I'm living in Brooklyn and I moved out of Manhattan. No longer a Manhattan girl, and I guess I'm turning into a Brooklyn girl. Let's see what that means. But yeah, I'm really excited to be in a new neighborhood, and I've moved many times in my life and learned a lot from each different move. And I feel like each place that I've moved to, I've learned something different. I meet new people, new culture. Every neighborhood has a different culture. So definitely feeling a different culture from Brooklyn than Manhattan already, and I'm really excited to see how I'm going to evolve. So the main reason that I moved from Manhattan to Brooklyn is I really just wanted to have a little more space to create, and the pups, Amelie and Kingston, needed to have more space. So here we have a yard for plants and just more space to breathe. Honestly, it gets a little congested sometimes in Manhattan, and so in Brooklyn we're just 20 minutes via train from Manhattan, but we get to have a little more space to just be closer to nature. You want to tell them how you feel about the new place? Amelie, for one, is super excited about the yard. I kind of want to talk about how I've always felt like I was a nomad. So when I was really young, I was about 6 years old, I moved from Mexico to Dallas, Texas. And that was a really big move. It was a culture shock. So that was really crazy for me. I had to learn English. I had to make new friends. I left a lot of my family in Mexico, and the culture was completely different. So in Mexico, we had a family, and it's very typical in Mexico to have a live-in maid and chef cooking for you. So we had a very much more at-home sort of lifestyle versus when I came to the US and we started eating out all the time, even eating McDonald's. Like, that just didn't exist where I lived in Mexico, in Chihuahua. When I came here, culture shock, and that was the beginning of my nomadic life. When I moved to Dallas, we moved into a house with my mom. We stayed there for a couple of years, and then we eventually moved to another house. So that was another big move. And my next big move was during college when I went to study abroad and live in France. So that to me felt like a move because I actually ended up staying more time than I was supposed to, and I almost decided to permanently live in France because I absolutely fell in love with Paris. A big adjustment. I did end up coming back, but I was there for like a really long time. I was there for like 9 months, and once I moved back to Dallas, I moved from house to house so many times because of so many different factors in my life, and eventually I moved to LA. While I was in LA, I lived in 3 different houses: Santa Monica, Marina del Rey, and Venice. And then eventually I decided to move to New York, and in New York I have now lived in 2 houses, and this is my second home. And so I've kind of been bouncing around a lot, and I just always kind of get this sense after around 1 or 2 years, depending on where I live, that I feel like I need to move. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I think it's okay. I mean, maybe it's somewhere in my blood that my ancestors used to be like nomads or something, but I've recognized this inside of myself. So actually I wanted to move sooner, but I realized that it wasn't the right time, and I just kind of had to control that nomadic urge where I just wanted to keep moving because I felt like if I wasn't moving, I wasn't growing. So I realized that actually it was okay to stay put where I was for a little bit, and I kind of held on to that urge. And holding on to that urge was actually a great idea because having waited, I found the perfect home, which I am now in, and I'm so excited about it. So the first thing I think is just kind of realizing things about myself recently in the past couple of years, and that is that I have a very nomadic tendency about me. So in setting up this beautiful space, I think when you move, it's really important to look at your neighborhood and look at the space around you. For me, I was really looking at a much more peaceful space. I wanted to find a much more peaceful area. So right here next to us, we have a really big park. Me and the pups have a huge park, and so the pups are really happy where they have a play park for just dedicated to them, a dog park. There's just plenty of space to bike around and to be outside and to be amongst nature. The most important thing for me was to have an outdoor space because in Manhattan I had no outdoor space and I was living in a studio. So I finally realized that I didn't want to be around so many other people. I just wanted to have a more settled space, a more peaceful space where I could really just relax and create. And I think being here, being away from so much energy, we're in Manhattan, there's so many people and so much energy, and it's great for business. And so it's just a place where you really need to get away. And I was having a need to go out of town like every other weekend for a little one-day getaway just to feel sane. So we still have our Pildora studio in Manhattan, so I'll still be there all the time, but now I get to retreat to Brooklyn, to my home, to my little sanctuary. The next thing I considered as I was moving is what exactly to donate or leave behind, and what to bring with me, and what to make new in this new beautiful space. So I really wanted to think about what I wanted the colors to be in my new space. And for this space, I really wanted bright white colors. And I'm feeling like white and light colors are really opening up the space for me, and just much more of who I am now. So I think design plays a huge role, in much bigger role than a lot of people realize. It's really important what kind of colors and what kind of feelings you surround yourself with. Color for me brings out a lot of feeling, and having a lot of dark colors around you and very saturated colors can be very overwhelming and can make you feel very heavy sometimes. And when you surround yourself with a lot of white, it's just very calming and it feels very light. The last and most important thing that I think I've done at this house that I've never done before, that I'm really excited about, is I've created a space that's just for me. So there's one extra room here that I've turned into a meditation study space for me. So I put all my favorite things in there. I put pictures, crystals, and my yoga mat. I put my little Buddha in there. I put my meditation pillow. And I think this is important for everyone to do, and not enough people really realize that you really need to make a space for yourself in home, even if it's not a whole room. I think even doing a little corner, or doing a little something by the window, just having a little sanctuary, a space where you can really meditate and you can just say, this is my space. And when I'm in this space, nobody bothers me. Probably the most important thing from moving is don't be afraid to ask for help from friends and family. My mom came out and she's been so helpful, and my boyfriend's been helping, and I've had a couple friends help, but yeah, that's been definitely crucial. And also don't be afraid to just take it slow. I think it's not necessary to move all in one day or even all in 1 week. And I have an extra room as well that's going to be empty right now, and my backyard is still empty, but I have so many ideas that are lingering in my head. I want to get a table back there. I want to get an outdoor carpet. I want to get all these things, and I could just go on my computer right now and probably Amazon it. I want to Prime Now it, get an outdoor table. But I think what's going to be so beautiful is that I'm going to leave that empty for a while, and I'm just going to wait until the pieces find me. And so the house is really going to grow with me, and with time, each piece is going to find its way into my home, and it's going to be like a little journey. So I think it's not necessary when you move into a space to just all of a sudden go crazy and you need to buy everything. And that's something that I used to do, and it really used to overwhelm me. And in the end, you realize that you don't love everything that you've purchased. But when you really take a moment to breathe and actually get to know the space and let the space get to know you, then you allow a moment for really amazing pieces of furniture, even plates, to find their way to you just by kind of letting the universe take care of it and letting energy really take care of it. I know that sounds maybe a little crazy, but I really think that that's the way that it works best. Obviously, just letting time take care of it, really, because eventually you'll find the right piece or you'll have the right idea, but I think it all comes with time. And I think 3 days in a home, you don't really know the home and you don't feel comfortable there. You're still a visitor. So wait till you're really living there. Wait till you feel comfortable there, and then start to finish the home and just let it happen gradually. This week has been really, really intense. And this is the third day of me moving, so I am probably rambling a bit, but I just really felt like I wanted to make a video, and I haven't made a video in a while. I try to make at least a video every week. So since I've been moving, and last week I was in the Hamptons with my family that came out all the way from Texas and from Mexico, we got a little behind on making videos. And so I just wanted to kind of fill you in on what's going on with my move and let you know about my insights. and hopefully you can gain something from my insights from moving. So I will definitely give you a tour of the house when I have completed it, and that will be, I don't know, in a couple months probably. And that's it for now. So thanks so much for joining me tonight on this little rant. I hope you've learned something or just enjoyed hanging out with me. And now I'm gonna go to bed, but don't forget to subscribe to the Pildora channel, and I will talk to you soon.